Hello, welcome to natemareflix. I am Nate, you are you, and this week, not one, but two different teasers dropped for awesome intellectual properties that mean a whole lot to me as a horror fan. I'm talking Chucky and I am talking Ghostbusters. These are staples of my childhood, and I can't wait to see what is coming down the pipeline and what we're going to get next for these intellectual properties. That being said, the first time I saw anything about the Ghostbusters trailer, I wasn't that pleased. You know, that Ghostbusters Afterlife, the first trailer, I was like, oh man, the mood doesn't seem right. Seems too melancholic, too dramatic. I don't even know about the cinematography. It doesn't feel like a Ghostbusters movie. I hope this isn't another Ghostbusters misfire. So hopefully this teaser, it'll calm all of my fears and get me pumped up and ready for some Ghostbusters Afterlife. And then kind of the same thing for Chucky. I mean, this TV series, I love the remake. I'm not one of those people that was just completely against it because it didn't have Brad Dourif and Don Mancini and co behind it. I thought it was a wonderful little remake. I thought it was fun. I've seen it multiple times. And then you look at this TV series that's coming out, and I'm just like, I don't know, Don Mancini, you know, he's got a checkered past. Sometimes he hits it out of the park with Chucky. Sometimes he completely shoots himself in the foot. So hopefully this teaser, it'll give us some new information and it'll give me something to get me going about the TV series. So let's go ahead and start right there. Let's start with Chucky in 3, 2, 1. Not for distribution. Yes, you do always come back. All right, so not much. I gotta say, I'm a little let down. When they said teaser, they meant teaser. That was hardly anything, but hey, we got to see the skeleton of Chucky. We got to see the little robot, the animatronics, whatever phrase you want to use to describe what is going to be piloting Chucky, and it looks cool. It looks like they're putting the investment and creative juices behind making him have a real actualized portrayal on screen, give him some real presence, and you know, he's going to move well, all that stuff. That's awesome. I love the tech aspect of this. They've come a long, long way from the first Child's Play, where at times you had a little person dressed up as a doll and scurrying off screen. So props to him for that. That has me excited. I think we're going to get a good looking Chucky that you just buy into. You don't have to suspend your disbelief. You're like, holy shnikes, that doll is alive and he's stabbing folks. But any issues any concerns I had, they are still there because Don Mancini likes to get a little too weird sometimes. He gets a little overzealous. Sometimes he's like, hey, you know, the last film was scary and had atmosphere and it worked and it was cool. And he's like, let's get quirky, let's get zany, let's get weird up in here. And so from one film to another, Chucky can be very off and on, and so I don't know what this series is going to look like. Is it going to be on or is it going to be off? We still don't know. I'm excited to have Brad Dourif and Alex Vincent back, but a lot still remains to be seen. I will say the concept's great of somebody picking up a good guy doll at a yard sale and then their kid taking it to like a middle school or something like that, and Chucky just ran amok in a middle school. I love it. I love picturing a Child's Play series in the confines of a suburban area in a middle school. That's fantastic stuff. So fingers crossed that they nail it and it is wonderful. I'm not saying it can't be great. I'm just saying that I do still have some concerns. And if you haven't checked out that remake because you're a diehard Chucky fan, go ahead, you owe it to yourself. It's good. It's a good time. But let's head on over and check out this Ghostbusters Afterlife trailer here. And 3, 2, 1.
Jamocha. Strawberry, red velvet, blue velvet.
You gotta love Paul Rudd. They're Stay Puft. Yes. Poke his belly. Oh, I don't poke his belly. This is what I wanted. This is what I wanted. See, there we go. There we go. All right, so Chucky didn't get me pumped per se. That did. That it did. And that completely made up for everything I felt about the first trailer we got for Ghostbusters Afterlife. That is the mood. That is the vibe. That is the atmosphere. That is the mix of horror and comedy that I wanted. Paul Rudd's excellent, but he always is. Is there anybody more affable, lovable, and everyman-esque than Paul Rudd? Perfect casting. If you were to do a complete remake and just have all new Ghostbusters, I have to think most people's list at the top, you'd see people like Paul Rudd. So perfect casting. Can't wait to see him get into this universe. But guys, how good is that if you're a diehard fan of Ghostbusters? I grew up with these films. I love that scene with the State Puff Man just going through the skyscrapers, just humongous. Now it's fun to see a bunch of them on mini. They're cute, but they're menacing. It's playful, it's fun, and it's just a little unsettling if you're a child. Like these Ghostbuster films, they are a perfect gateway drug for kids to get into the horror genre because, you know, they're not really scary, but they kind of deal with horror-esque topics. They give you a little bit, and you have that here because they're cute and they're funny. It's a little bit like Gremlins, and then all of a sudden, you know, they're like roasting each other. You see them just laughing and giggling, and it's so off-putting because they're being burned alive and just melting into goop. It's a mind F, but it's fun. It's awesome. This is what I want from Ghostbusters, and now it all is making sense because Jason Reitman has control of this. He wants to do his father proud. He wants to protect the legacy of Ghostbusters and of his father, and now I believe he's on his way to doing that. This movie didn't make my top 10 anticipated films of 2021 because I only had that previous trailer to go off of, the one that felt too gray, too melancholic. But this, if I had seen more like this, it would have been really, really high on my most anticipated list for this year. I can't wait to check this out. Be sure to comment down below. How do you feel about the Chucky trailer? How do you feel about the new Ghostbusters trailer? Let me know. And then please subscribe if you haven't already. It goes a long way in helping small content creators like myself achieve our dreams and to make our content better. I want to put out good stuff for you, and your subscribe goes a long way in making that possible. For example, Spiral is coming. That is the latest Saw film, and so I'm going to be doing a Journey to Saw series where I review each of the films and then I review Spiral, and we will rank them all. It's going to be a lot of fun, and you don't want to miss it, so please subscribe. But other than that, hey, have a fantastic day. I'm Nate for Nate Mareflix saying that's a wrap.